A hysterical Hope passes out when Bo is pronounced dead, and Steve consoles a devastated Sean. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In the square, Johnny confides to Channel that Wendy's in Seattle with Trip and not taking his calls. Channel suggests he give her some space and explain everything when she returns. Johnny worries she'll be with Trip by then. He was going to go to Seattle, but his flight got canceled. In Seattle, Wendy blocks Johnny's number. After their great dinner, Wendy wonders what Trip has planned next for their date. He proposes they go to the Ferris wheel and walk around the pier. In Salem, Johnny gets an alert that his texts to Wendy aren't going through. He rants about the drugged biscuits ruining everything. Channel blames Sloane and worries that she succeeded in destroying her business. He grabs her hand, sorry that she's going through this. Leo saunters by, wondering when the big day is. Johnny shouts that they aren't getting married. When Leo learns Johnny is dating Wendy, he pulls out his phone to record, asking how she took the news of his engagement. Johnny explains he and Channel were high on biscuits. Leo wants to know what these biscuits are that everyone keeps talking about. Is he missing out on a designer drug? Channel yells that if he wants something juicy for his column, he should write that Sloane drugged her breakfast biscuits. Leo groans that Sloane is threatening to sue for libel because of the last hot tip Channel gave him. So he'll run a story about Johnny and Channel being Salem's answer to the Bennifer reunion. Johnny reiterates that they only got engaged because of the drugs. Leo counters the drugs brought their true feelings to the surface. Food for thought, he quips as he leaves. Trip returns to the Seattle apartment, limping. Wendy teases him for tripping and falling into the Ferris wheel seat before they could even go for a ride. She ices his ribs with frozen peas, which leads to a kiss. In the square, Johnny asks if he and Channel should talk about what Leo just said. Channel says it's not necessary. She knows he wants to be with Wendy and offers to help. She pulls out her phone to call Trip. As Wendy and Trip make out, Trip's phone rings. When Trip answers, Channel explains the circumstances regarding Johnny's proposal. Wendy gets on the phone and hears Johnny's explanation. He declares she is the only woman he wants. Wendy believes him, which makes Johnny happy. Now things can go back to the way they were. Wendy pensively looks at Trip. After tying up Thomas in the Greek lab, Harris reveals to Kayla, Stephanie, and Chad that he knew about Bo, but kept quiet. Stephanie rails at him. He knows he was wrong, which is why he came clean to Hope. Harris decides to stay behind to contact the ISA about Thomas and return the prisms, while the rest head back to the house. Before Kayla leaves, Harris apologizes for not telling anyone sooner about Bo. Kayla glowers. In a waiting room, Steve asks Sean how he's doing. Sean doesn't know how to answer that. He's trying to process that his father is alive, but thanks to him, they might lose him all over again. Sean explains that he just learned from Harris that Bo killed Kate. There was no way he was going to let that happen to his mom too. Steve understands. The situation looked the same way to him. Sean explodes that they were wrong. Bo had just called Hope fancy face, which means he shot his dad for no reason. If he dies, Sean trails off in tears. Steve embraces him. Kayla, Chad, and Stephanie find the wine cellar empty. Chad discovers the hole in the wall and deduces Steve escaped. Stephanie called Sean's phone. Still in possession of it, Steve answers and tells her about Bo. In the hospital, Hope wails that this can't be how it ends. The doctor tells her there's nothing they can do. Bo is gone. Dead. Hope passes out. She dreams of reuniting with Bo on the cliff. In the dream, Bo says he's so sorry he held a gun on her. She knows Rolf messed with his head, but nothing can touch what's in his heart. Bo says nothing can erase their love. Not Rolf, not death. He suggests they never be apart again. They embrace. In Hope's dream, Bo brings her to Victor's house, illuminated with candles. She thinks they should call their family to tell them the good news. Bo agrees, but wants some us time first. Despite the odds, they found their way back to each other. Don't we always? Hope says. Bo muses that they get to spend the rest of their lives together, the way it was meant to be. They toast to their future. Hope comes to the waiting room. Hugging Sean, she shares that Bo is in surgery. She embraces Kayla and confirms that she got through to Bo. Sean says they'd be together right now if it weren't for him. Kayla assures Sean.